Hi guys. So for today's reading, we are going to be looking into what your subconscious is trying to tell you. And for today's reading, we have some ink blots that I made. I had a pen explosion the other night and I made an ink blot out of it, and then I decided to continue making ink blots. So we got 3 piles for today's reading. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you're most drawn to. And if you enjoy this reading, please like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help my channel to grow, and it helps to spread these messages to other people who may need them as well. It's also a great way for you to show an energetic exchange for the one that I am sending you today through healing. And if you really enjoy this reading and get a lot from it, I really do appreciate the donations as well. You can find my PayPal link in the description box below and my Amazon wish list as well if you want to donate that way. And my Etsy shop is down there too with some of my paintings on it. And that's pretty much it. So let's get started with pile 1. Okay, I'm going to move these first. First thing I'm noticing is drama and dreams. So you may be having some dreams dealing with the drama going on in your real life. Let's see. This one came out looking quite a bit like a butterfly. Maybe even a couple grasshoppers or praying mantises. Ooh, 2 people kissing too. There may be a war going on when you're not really wanting a war to be going on. I feel like your subconscious, a lot of what it's telling you is to transform your heart, to protect your energy, especially your heart-centered energy, to cleanse and clear your chakras, especially your heart chakra, and protect that energy. Transmute anything negative or lower vibrational from it. Any kind of connections that were kind of snake-like or poisonous in some way, toxic in some way. It's time to cleanse and clear that out of your system, and you can do that. I know everybody talks about spiritual STDs regularly, and you know what? It kind of is a thing, especially if you're an empath. You pick up on the energies of those you interact with, and the greatest form of intimacy is sexual and mental, emotional. All of those kinds of things can cause there to be extra ties that are there. So you might want to look into doing that. J-Y-R-A, Ray, May, M, N, D, Ran, Ram. I'm trying to be a little closer to these letters this time because I was watching a couple of my readings last night, which I don't do as regularly. Sometimes I do because I need to hear those affirmations in my own words, which is a great way to do it. But I noticed that the letters were very hard to see, so I'm trying to be a little bit closer on them this time. L, G, let me know if it's better in the comments below. Age, ageless. E, P, S, page. S, I'm a Turner. Okay, I can't remember what that song is right now, and actually I lost all the lyrics when I said that. I'm a Turner. I turn pages all the time. If I didn't like the look of the last chapter, I don't know. Anyway, if I didn't like the look of page 30, I just turn to the next page. Something like that. M. Magoo. Marge. You know what? There's been a lot of Simpsons things popping up recently, so. Lady. Lady and the Tramp. Pam. Map. Maker. Map maker. Leg. seal, seer, pear, pearly, marley, mangle, spangle, the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, say can we see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. You know what? I feel like you've been very strong, you've been very solid, you've been very bright and beautiful, and you've really been seen for this. Throughout this fight, you have been a beacon of hope and light and inspiration to people around you. Gel, gal, special, Queen of Pentacles, Jack of Pentacles, High Priestess. This one actually ended up being in this deck, and it's from the other deck by the same author. So I was just like, I'll let it come out. High Priestess, Octopus, Starfish. So you might have somebody clinging on to you for superficial reasons. Somebody who sees your worth, sees your value, sees who you are for superficial reasons. Somebody that is either a people pleaser that really spends all their time trying to make everyone happy around them to get something out of them kind of situation, or like somebody who has no future prospects, no real self-care or self-love, so they can't really care or love anybody else because they can't nurture or care for anyone else because they don't do so for themselves, because they spend all their time catering to people around them kind of thing, and they cater for selfish reasons. I feel like you dealt with somebody like that, somebody that was clinging on to your energy, somebody that was trying to really, somebody who wasn't very loyal and committed to you as much as loyal and committed to doing things to make everybody like them. And you were very loyal and committed to them. You were very nurturing, very caring, very loving. You have a lot of fertility to you, a lot of beauty in you. And you give a lot of your time generously, your efforts generously, your attention generously, maybe even your money generously as well. And this person was there to take advantage of that in some way, and you knew it. Deep down, you knew it. Or you do know it, and this is going on right now, and it still hasn't quite ended. But it's time to cut this connection, and it's time to release it. Release it with love, to understand where this person is coming from, because they're just not at that level yet. They're still learning, they're still growing. Everybody does it at a different rate, and this person right now is working through this people pleaser phase and learning how to really go after the things that they want, to really do the right thing instead of doing things just to make everyone happy, instead of just being indecisive. And I feel like this person was very indecisive, very weak in their decisions. They didn't stand up for you. They didn't stand up for your connection. They pretty much followed the leader on whatever anybody else had to say about it, because they didn't want to lose their friends, they didn't want to lose their connections, things like that. And your intuition is just telling you, that this person was not serious or is not serious and is not in the same energy you are of wanting to build and grow something together for the both of you, that more adult, responsible energy. This person is in more of a childish energy. They're a little bit more clingy, codependent, needy, and it's for superficial reasons, because they don't have that within themselves to hold themselves up, because they don't give to themselves. They give to everyone around them and allow their power to be drained away in that way. Mandy, Miranda, Peggy, Archipelago. Anyway, I'm going to move on to pile 2. Some of the things I say I get a kick out of. Pile 2. For you guys, let's see what your subconscious is trying to tell you. Maybe it'll be a less confusing message than pile 1. That one was kind of confusing. Wendy. Okay, let's see. This could either be this could be a crab. This could be 2 people like coming together with their hands together, you know. Like there's the hands and the people. I don't know, it could be people in chairs there like robots. Somebody could have been playing Rock'em Bop'em, that game. Or like the live action version of it, because that's more what it reminds me of. And you know, if you look at it from this way, it's almost like 2 people are sitting back to back to each other. So like warring and then going back to, fine, we'll just agree to disagree, and yeah. And the animosity is still there. Instead of actually finding a middle ground, a compromise, a peaceful solution to situations. You may also need to get out in nature more. It almost looks like there's 2 people in boats fishing from this angle as well. And actually, it really does almost look like the reflection is the reflection underneath it. It could be a bug, too. Like a fly or a mosquito, something along those lines. It may have some symbolic meaning there. Flies are teachers of patience, so you may be needing to learn some patience. Mosquitoes are great teachers of patience as well, but mosquitoes also cause you to lash out a bit more, because you're worried about having the hurt and abrasion there. There is a way to find a peaceful solution to this conflict, whatever this conflict is. Maybe it's even a conflict with yourself in the mirror. But there is a way to be able to find that beauty within and to find that solution there. Jenny, J-E-N, Jen, E-U-O, Zoe, Z, H, who, why, when, who, why, when, where. I'm just going to say where now. I don't know if we got an R or not, but you might be questioning who, what, why, when, where, how. I mean, all of these different things, you're constantly looking and searching, but it's within you. Whatever this answer is, it's within you. Z, H, sex, sexy, seen, shoe, shown, X, ox, box, Q, W, P, A, paw, pax, pain, phone, show, shown. It's like you're looking from the outside through the window in at something, and you're being shown something. Something that resides within of a situation. Boxes. Maybe you're packing and moving. Maybe you already did pack and move. Jeans. Shoes. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. If I bought it, please don't touch. Eyes. Hey. Ha. Wise ways. One. Ones. Hone. Home. Homes. 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. You may have been really out in the cold, or you may be now. Like nothing, no one. You may be very poverty-stricken in some ways, or feeling like you're in lack, and there's a need to come out of this feeling of lack and to know that even though you don't have the money, you have the love around you. Focus on the good things, focus on the joy, the positivity, the happiness. You may have been holding back from love because there might not have been enough money. If that's the case, some of you may have chose pile 1, and it may be a little bit different than what I said in pile 1, because there's a few different things there as well. Anyway, there's a need to do some self-healing, self-cleansing to make sure that you are not giving all of your power, energy, time, everything away to everyone all the time. Make sure that you're keeping some for yourself. Make sure that you are protecting your energy. Make sure that you are transmuting and not absorbing. It's not your job as a healer to take on the entire weight of the world. It is your job to be able to bring love, light, and happiness and joy to people, which means taking care of your energy and protecting yourself and transmuting energies. That is a part of the responsibility of that job. And I feel like you have dealt with some very possessive, controlling people who controlled you in a financial way, who were very just selfish, jealous, possessive, controlling, that kind of situation. You may have dealt with a lot of that, but you're starting to realize that you are much better and happier and more well off without that energy in your life than you were with it in your life. You're being told, your subconscious is wanting you to hold off on allowing somebody into your life until it is for heart-based reasons. To allow yourself to be independent so that you can increase your self-esteem, your self-respect, self-love, your time, your energy, and also until you can feel like what you have to offer is equal, even if you feel like it's lacking in some way right now because you don't have the financial backup. You have a lot of love, light, and beauty to offer. So make sure that you are working hard towards your own goals and your own achievements so that you can feel good about yourself, like you have everything that you need within you, and the universe will provide the rest. And that way you are working towards your happiness, and you are not working towards fulfilling this need of lack that you feel like you have. And that's pretty much what I have for this pile. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you had to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated with you or what you might be going through. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So let's see what your subconscious wants to say to you. And you know what? I'm going to grab an extra channeled message, which I did not do with any of the other piles, but I kind of felt drawn to it for this pile. Let's see. We're going to move these out of the way. And we're going to look at this ink blot here. It's kind of reminding me of like a tiger or like a shamanic person. Or like maybe even a girl on a pogo. I feel like a lot of this is going to be about healing your inner child and healing your inner heart so that you can find that joy, love, and happiness and light side of life again, to clear up some of your ease, your worry, your stress, your feelings that the sky may be falling at any time so you can't enjoy anything. It's time to really start to notice the fertility and growth around you, all of the abundance around you, to be grateful for all of the love and life and light around you in this world, and to really jump more fully into your inner child energy and allow that to take over a bit. Allow yourself to be sensual as well, to feel sensual, to feel sexy, to feel like that is not a bad thing. I'm also seeing some seahorses here as well. Seahorses is about, you know, seahorses actually mate for life. And the weird part is the father is actually the one that gives birth to the babies as well. So you might be somebody who is very If you're a man, you may be more so feminine centered, and if you're a feminine, you may be more so masculine centered. And to be okay with that as well, you may have some areas where your masculine energy is a little more dominant and some areas where your feminine energy is a little more dominant. We all generally have both, but I feel like if you are a masculine, you lean a little bit more towards what most people would label as feminine energy, even though it's just a label, and vice versa. You really need to be okay with that and to stop feeling ashamed or guilty of who you are as a person. There's a transformation needed here in the way that you view yourself, because you may be viewing yourself through a dirty lens right now. You're not viewing yourself through heaven's eyes. Great song. You're not viewing yourself through the eyes of the divine. You are viewing yourself through the earthly eyes of not even yourself, but the people around you. It's time to face your greatest fear. Turn and look in the mirror. No more running. What do you see? What needs healed? What needs acknowledgement? What needs release? Self-forgiveness, self-love, and self-compassion. What needs understanding? Love yourself fully, the shadow side too. As you uncover it, you have to accept it as a part of you, to leave behind the behaviors. If you deny them, you cannot heal them. So, there's the thing. Those energies will come out in negative energies if you do not allow them to breathe, if you do not allow them to be seen, if you do not allow them to be acknowledged. You need to acknowledge all of those things, even if it's just to yourself. But it's best if you acknowledge it to those around you and make the amends necessary as well, because then you can keep those people who may have actually been good people in your life, and you were just in a state where it was hard to treat them that way or see them that way. So, Sax, S-A-X, D, J, V. I'm trying to be a little bit closer to the letters today to make sure that the camera picks them up better. D, Q. As I told Pile 1, I was going through questions. You might be questioning a lot, but it's all inside you. I was watching one of my videos recently, which I don't do a lot, but I do sometimes, once in a while, Y, B, and I realized that you couldn't really see the letters in it too much, so I'm trying to be a little closer this time, so you guys can see what you see in there too. Sad, BS, say, day, J, Pile 1 had J too, F, G, fad, fag. Somebody could be somebody could have been mercilessly persecuted by somebody for their sexual orientation as well. And Advent, it could have, it's reminding me, okay. There could have been some serious conversion tactics taken. You know, my nephew, a few years back, came to me and asked, how does he know if he is who he is sexually, basically. He was feeling like he might be asexual. And I was like, are you sure that you're not just gay, and you might be worried about what your dad's going to think about that? Because his dad spent his entire childhood bitching that his mom was going to turn him gay because he had stuffed animals and everything else in the world. And I feel like you went through a lot of this kind of behavior. A couple years later, he came out of the closet as gay. Oh, hey, we even have dad. He came out of the closet as gay a couple years later even, and his dad accepted him because his dad had to learn to accept that his mom came out as gay after 18 years of marriage. D, U, dung, dud, F, fund, G, K, U, fuck, duck, U, W, P, puck, wax, waxy, pad, nads, duff, daffy. You could have felt like you were like the designated ugly friend as well. Duff is a movie, if you didn't know that. And you have been gaslighting yourself. I was just thinking about this last night, because after going through a lot of gaslighting, you tend to gaslight yourself, and constantly tearing somebody down because of their sexuality or sexual orientation is definitely a version of gaslighting. And I feel like you have been gaslighting yourself for a while since then. You look in the mirror and all you see is this ugly duckling and this sad, lonely person who can't be who they truly are because nobody loves them or understands them. And, you know, you really need to break out of that sedan. You really need to break out of that. And, JV, you might even live in a part of the world where it is very, very ostracized still at this point in time. But the people who change that are the people who stand up for that. And yes, everybody wants you to be afraid to do things like that because you're supposed to be afraid of death. You're supposed to be afraid of jeers. You're supposed to be afraid of being an outsider. But you know what I'm afraid of more than anything? And that is fucking being somebody that I cannot even live with on a daily basis ever again in my life, because I've been in that energy before. And it's a hard energy to be in. Fox, Firefly, Frog, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, the Joker, and the Nine of Cups. So somebody may have acted in a very selfish way towards you. They saw your light and they wanted to eat it up and use it for their own kind of thing. I feel like you have worked hard. You are learning. You are overcoming the obstacles. It's time to rest. It's time to reflect. It's time to see the beauty within yourself and the beauty you bring to this world by being your true self. You're somebody who is very intelligent. You're very smart. You are very understanding. You know how to clean yourself of this energy. You know how to purify yourself. You know how to heal yourself. So it's time to take action on that. It is time to take time for some self-care, some self-love, some self-reflection, some meditation, some prayer. Things like that are really going to help you. You need to connect more to the divine. You need to connect more to your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever it is that you talk to. You need to connect more to them. You need to just feel at peace, feel at rest, feel like you can rest and everything is going to be okay. Yes, you're working towards something very important, but you do also need to make sure that you are not falling into the trap of overdoing it. It's time to really love yourself. It is also time to be comfortable with being on your own emotionally and not having anybody there to turn to, because you might have to be alone emotionally for a little bit. When you close the door on the jokers in your life, the ones that are not there for appropriate reasons, the ones that are only there because of the mask you're wearing as well, then it's going to be a little bit before the door opens for the next people, but the next people will come in. And how much you have learned from this and how much you apply it to your life is how much it will make a difference in the types of people that are coming into you next time. On whether or not they are accepting you for who you are, it's on whether or not you have brought who you are out. And right now, the people that you are around, or the people you were around in the past, this could even be a past thing, they were not healthy for you. Even if they could be a good person in somebody else's life, they were not a good person in your life because they were not accepting you for who you actually were, which is partially their fault and partially your fault because you were not showing who you truly were. And now it's time to show who you truly were, and it's time to have some compassion, love, and understanding for yourself on not showing it before now, because you went through hell for being who you truly are, because some of those people saw who you truly were and wanted to keep it in a box so that it couldn't come out and so that other people couldn't see that as who you were, because it may have looked bad on them or something along those lines. And it's time to let that go now, because the people who are meant to be in your life will gravitate to you once you do. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear how you felt about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated with you or what you might be going through or have gone through. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.